You are listening to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Good morning.
You're on to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And thank you for staying locked. Thank you for standing by. Welcome aboard to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. This is where we majorly focus on at least 1-2 stories we bring on board and on the table, so you can share your reservations, you can share your take, and you can give your perspective and your analysis on. My name is Mᴏᴜ. Join us on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. That's the handle, at Mainland 98.3 FM. Without further ado, because of limited time on Fridays, the only issue we'll be bringing on board this morning is that of the state police and the developments we have on that. For years now, the proponents of the state police have argued that, governors as the chief security officers of their respective states, should have a say, should have a power, should have the greater control over policing and internal security, insisting that locally recruited officers would possess better knowledge of their communities and also respond more effectively to the threats in their several states. But opponents, however, have expressed concern that state police could be abused by state governments, that the concerns brought on board for political purposes, particularly during elections and periods of political tension. But of course, the development that we are getting is that the House of Representatives yesterday overwhelmingly voted in favor of a constitutional amendment bill seeking to establish the state police across the country, which is marking a major step in efforts to address the Nigerians' worsening security challenges. And also the bill had scaled second reading in the Senate. So the House of Rep, the bill secured the support of about 289 of the 290 lawmakers in attendance, and the proposed legislation is among the constitution alteration bills currently being considered by the National Assembly, and is also seeking to amend the relevant provisions of the 1999 Constitution to allow states establish and operate their own police services alongside the Nigeria police force, right? And speaking during the debate preceding the vote, the lawmakers in support of the proposal had maintained that sufficient constitutional safeguards can be put in place to prevent abuse, to enhance grassroots security, especially for those that have been arguing against the establishment of state police as regards abuse by the state government. But they're saying that sufficient constitutional safeguard can be put in place to prevent this concern of abuse, to enhance grassroots security. Now, quickly, just to talk about what the bill is all about so that we can have a knowledge, the details of the proposed constitutional amendment for establishment of the state police. Now, we're going to be having the establishment of federal police and the state police. That's the new section according to the amendment, which is section 214. We will have two distinct police bodies which are constitutionally established, the federal police and the state police, one per state, established by the state law. The National Assembly must pass an act prescribing the structure, organization, administration, and powers of the federal police, the framework and guidelines for the establishment of state police. The state police cannot commence operational policing until established by a law of the State House of Assembly and certified as meeting national minimum standards. That's prescribed by an act of the National Assembly. And also about transitional provision: until a state police becomes operational, the federal police continues all policing functions in that state, and after commencement, the federal police handles federal policing functions and may provide assistance to the state police. The responsibilities and non-interference, that's according to section 214, because there are concerns of interference as well. The federal police is responsible for maintenance of public security, for public order, and security of persons, property throughout the federation to the extent provided by the Constitution or National Assembly Act. similar functions within a state to the extent the state has legislative power under the Constitution. Now, key safeguard against federal overreach, according to Section 214 that will be created, subsection 6, the federal police shall not interfere with state police operations or a state's internal security affairs except in some limited cases, which are to contain serious threats where there is a complete breakdown of law and order and the state police is unable to respond. That's where the federal police will now take up the responsibility. Then when the governor requests intervention, they also take up the responsibility. That's the federal police. When a state police is unable to function due to administrative, due to financial or other problems, then the federal police can interfere. Right. And any such intervention requires prior approval by the National Police Council. These are the exigencies of the initiative. Now, the Federal Capital Territory, the FCT, fully under the jurisdiction and operational control of the federal police. Then, speaking about the leadership and command, that's the new section 215 as well. The federal police is headed by the Inspector General of Police, IGP, appointed by the President on the advice of the National Police Council from 7 members of the federal police, subject to confirmation by the National Assembly. The IGP has command over the entire federal police, including contingent and state. The president or authorized minister may give lawful directions on public safety and order, and the IGP must comply. Now, the state police is headed or will be headed by a commissioner of police, CP, appointed by the governor on the advice of the National Police Council from 7 members of the state police, and is subject to confirmation by the State House of Assembly. Now, the governor or the authorized commissioner may give lawful directions on public safety and order, and the CP must comply. If the CP believes a direction is unlawful or contradicts general policing standards, the matter can be referred to the National Police Council, whose decision is final. And about the removal of the top officers, the new section 216, the IGP removed only by the president on the recommendation of the National Police Council for specified grounds, either from grave misconduct, breach of police acts, regulations, code of conduct, conviction for fraud, dishonesty, bankruptcy, or mental incapacity. So requires 2/3 majority approval of the National Assembly. And for the State Commissioner of Police, will be removed only by the governor on the recommendation of the National Police Council for similar grounds. Right. Because of our time, the funding and all of that, the breakdown of the funding and all that is also, and the override bodies, you also get that in. But summarily, what's your take on the development on the state police as it stands? I mean, the information you're able to get now on the amendment on the state police. 09136000410, 09136000410, or 09136000430. You can also send your messages and your analysis via Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Thank God it is Friday and happy weekend in advance.
Thank you.
I also wish all Nigerians happy Democracy Day. My name is Peter Usufu. I'm calling from Abanojo in Ikotu. Well, on paper, I still believe that the creation of state police is good on paper. But in practice, I don't see it being practicable in this because of the constitutional and financial impediments, as we have even read out. There are a lot of constitutional and financial impediments.
Like which one? Which
it is not all the states that are able to practice this state police, especially most of these northern states may not be able to do that. So, in conclusion, I would rather say that we should try regional policing as a pilot scheme. This is much more realizable because these state police, so as far as I'm concerned, will look like an abandoned or white elephant project.
Hello.
In future.
Okay.
That is the way I'm saying it.
To be specific.
And God bless Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. I wanted to ask to give in specific a type of impediment you're talking about, the constitutional impediment or the obstruction that could cause a danger to it. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Modupe. My name is Robert. I am calling you from my papa.
Thank you.
This issue of state police, we should not overflow it. Section 215, section this. I am fed up. To me, it does not make sense to say you employ a policeman here in Lagos State. You are pushing him to Kaduna or Sokoto. Somebody who does not understand the Hausa or Fulani or another.
Do you understand? Now, do you understand what the provision is now?
No, what I am telling you is that the thing has passed first reading or second reading. Let it pass third reading, they pass it to law. Let the president accept it. Even the state governors, as we speak now, cannot even control the commissioner of police posted in their state. What kind of something is that? Why do you run a country like that for God? Even in America, they have state police.
But do you understand?
Why our own different? Do you understand? We have crime everywhere.
Hello. Wait.
Okay,
do you understand? Hello. Hear me out. Do you understand?
I'm hearing you, ma'am. Do
you understand the provision of the amendment now? You are saying the governor cannot control the commissioner. Do you understand the amendment now that they can? As a matter of fact, they have the power to fire and hire the commissioner of police in the state.
That is it. That is when you establish a state police. Now that is where a power will be given to the state governors to control the commissioner of police. That is stand now.
Oh, okay.
I am in support is of state police now. How can you carry police now from Lagos State to Kaduna to go and fight crime where it does not know the terrain? Does it make sense? What are we talking about?
All right. Thank you for calling. I get your submission now. Hello.
Hello, Lady Mo.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you too?
Happy Independence to you and the majority of the Turkish Nigerians. This morning, the police, for me, I'm 100% plus 1% support of this state police. We have been running for it before, we have been asking for it, and we need to start tracking the passage of that law. In fact, the Gardiner had. I want them to thank the Bill to help and Senate and the Senate and senators to do the need and take it to the state. Let the state do their own bidding and send it to Mr. Penny for signing. Because if this thing happens, all this will come to the village, the town, every part of the country. I think my time will be given AK-47 or 49. They won't be using this anymore. So, in fact, I'm really happy about it. And I want them to want to talk. And finally, maybe more. This personality is a sad person today in Nigeria. Those who are not G12 and those do not have benefit for it of that remembering MKU. Today, every G12, you must remember MKU. Good morning to you, maybe more.
Thank you. Good morning to you too. 091360000410. That is still the number to call. Good morning. Happy weekend. Oh, okay. Thank you. 6 stars from Ajayo Jokoro. Thank you very much. Good morning, my good station. Thank you very much for your message as well. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Good morning.
My name is Kola, calling from Aridaju.
Thank you.
You know, in the Bible, David was the chief officer armed forces. When his wife and children were kidnapped, David ran after them. He was the one that rescued his family. He was the chief of staff of the state of Israel. Now, what's the function of our Mr. President? What's the function of the Minister of Defense? What's the function of all those ministries who call themselves armed forces? These children are being in the house.
Okay, we're talking about the state police. The state policing initiative.
Excuse me. This is not a matter of police.
Okay, so if you don't want to, that's the matter we are talking about, right? Yeah, that's the matter we are talking about, and I would appreciate if if you want to contribute to the conversation. But if you're not, you can navigate your reaction via message. Right. Thank you very much for your concern. Really appreciate. This says, good morning, Mainland FM. My name is Akinola, calling from Oshodi. My take on this. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Good morning, Madam Odupe. State Police Amendment Bill shouldn't be hasty into act by the Parliament, considering its sensitive nature. There should be a thorough analysis and evaluation before it becomes a law, notwithstanding its perceived merit. Noah from Igondo. Thank you. 091360000410. That's still the number to call. Good morning. I'm Sam from Magodo. The State Police Bill the National Assembly are rushing to pass is just to create more confusion and problems for the country. Have they been able to manage the federal police? If these people lack ideology, why not seek for advice to or resign and allow people that can pilot the affairs of the country? This is what we get when the wrong people are in power. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you.
Hello? 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 Okay. Please do well to call back. This says, good morning to you, my sister, Madam Odupe, in the studio, and our analyst. I'm wishing you a happy Democracy Day. In the issue of, thank you, the issue of state police is good, but the implementation is being dragged slowly. It's also a pity that Nigerian court sentenced 5 non-terrorists to just 25 years imprisonment, while someone that overpowered a terrorist was given death sentence. Are we serious at all to fight the issue of insecurity in this country? I don't think we are ready with this. Okay. Thank you very much for your message. Oh, okay. My fault. All right. Thank you for the observation on the call. We'll definitely, I think it was the network actually that was not quite clear during the review, but we'll definitely sort that out. This says, hello, Mainland FM. The entire membership of, oh, okay. Thank you for your message, though it's not what we are discussing, but thank you. Really appreciate. 091360000410. Okay, let's see the messages we have on Facebook. This says, good morning. John Bernard Hoy says, state police is a welcome development, but for a government that inherited insecurity would have done this in the first year in office, because with this fire brigade approach there will be loopholes because it was done in a quick rush without public hearing. I just hope there will be no problem in implementing it. Victor Jimmy says, good morning to you, my sister. Okay, took that from WhatsApp already. Thank you very much. Francis Ekwe says, good morning, Lady Message Forward and Mainland FM crew. It's a surprise that federal government celebrated May 27, May 29, June 12, while innocent Nigerian children are in kidnappers' den. On state police, this is election deceit and deception meant to deceive the people, because the federal government will never sign that bill. You want to tell me that Tinubu government will give Governor Fubara state police? What will happen to Wike structure? Okay. All right. Thank you. Benjamin says, good morning, Lady Mo. Happy Democracy Day to you too. At this point, state police is the way to go based on the rising insecurity in Nigeria today. But my fear is how quick can it take effect in the question begging for answer. The autonomy Supreme Court grant to local government 2 years ago is yet to take effect. To me, all this assembly are doing is nothing but politics playing out. Benjamin from Shogule. Thank you. This says, good morning, Mainland FM. State police may be a good idea in theory, but Nigeria's peculiar realities make many people apprehensive. The biggest concern is politicization, as some governors may use it against political opponents rather than for public safety. Another issue is funding. Many states are struggling to pay salaries and the minimum wage. Creating the state police without adequate funding could lead to poorly paid officers, increasing the risk of corruption and abuse of power. Security reforms are necessary, but strong safeguards, accountability, and sustainable funding must come first. Otherwise, we may end up creating more problems than solutions. Ephraim from Igodo. Thank you. On the funding, actually, according to the amendment, okay, I want to get to the what the Constitution, the new amendment is giving provision for when it comes to funding. On the funding support, according to the new section, they're going to be adding section 216 subsection A. The federal government shall provide grants or aid to state police on the recommendation of the National Police Council, subject to approval by the National Assembly. That's how they'll get the funding, more of the funding from. Okay, let's see if we can take one more call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mo.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Dolaji from Ijeko.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, state police is welcome. But the way these people are going about it, they have started putting constitutional impediments on it. So when we are trying to correct the situation, they are still telling us that government should be the one appointing the boss for the state police. Haven't we let him know?
Hello, so who do you think should be responsible?
Yes, I think there should be an elder committee in the state who are not even partisan to anything. So they should be instituted, they should get. So all these things should be put in place right from the central government.
There is a provision. Hello, can you hear? There is a provision of the Nigerian Police Council. As a matter of fact, everything being done is going to be. It has to be from the approval of the Police Council.
Okay,
so
can't we even put the sole responsibility of appointing citizens on the police council of every state, and we establish it? That's something. They will not be under any governor, under any president. So this is what is causing our security to fail. Security is failing because they want to do the bidding of an individual. That is what I'm saying. No. You should think understand me. I cannot say more than this. I only have 1 minute to say.
All right, thank you.
They have started putting this constitutional and impediment into this thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Because of our time, we have to call it a morning. Well, the appointment is going to be according to the new provision by the governor on the advice of the National Police Council, right, from 7 members of the state police. I'm sure that we'll have more time to, dissect the new provision that has to do with the state police for better understanding, and also to highlight, other concerns that need to be highlighted and give a possible solution to, especially when it comes to implementation. I mean, there's so much that we can do, right, for an effective implementation of whatever policy that we bring on board. But on that note, I want to say thank you very much for your reservations. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your messages and calls. I really appreciate it. I will hand over to Boss Lady this morning. I'm sure that we'll have enough time to also dissect and, break down all of these trends and all of this updates we have. The state policing will still be discussed again during the Yoruba review of the newspapers. Good morning, Boss Lady.
Happy Democracy Day.
Happy Democracy Day.
I want to have democracy. Àti crazy àti classy.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's not cease to be a patriotic of this great country, always nurturing our conscience just by the truth. At 9 o'clock, I remain Mo Dukbe Akinyasoye. Good morning.